I want to talk to you guys about something that's really important. And this has been going on for quite a while. And not only is it happening in our Southern California real estate market, but it's happening all across the United States. And what I'm talking about is there's not enough inventory of homes for buyers to purchase. This is creating a bidding war, is creating a frenzy with multiple offers. We are hearing record number of offers, anywhere from 10, 15, 20, as high as 50. I heard one that was 95 offers. Can you imagine? Getting appointments to even show homes is extremely difficult these days. Yesterday, I was making appointments for my client to look at homes, and the listing agent told me, Teresa, I have over 145 scheduled showings. Can you imagine? That's insane. I put one of my listings on the market last weekend. Last weekend, in one day, I had 21 appointments for showings, 21 groups of people showed up, and I received 9 offers, all over the listed price. So if you're wondering how is the market, let me tell you, the market is absolutely great and it is fantastic right now. Let's discuss some of the things that are occurring and some of the things that you can do to prepare yourself and also do your research. The very first thing I want to tell you is make sure when you're going out to look for homes that you have been fully pre-approved with desktop underwriting. You say, Teresa, what in the world is that? What that means is you have been approved by a lender. They have looked at all of your documentation. They have looked at your credit score. They've ran your credit report. They know your income. You've turned in your payment stubs. You have submitted your tax returns. You have submitted all of your proof of finances, income, your bank statements, everything that needs to be turned in. You have done that. So you have a 100% fully approved loan. So then it means all you need to do is now go find the house. So when you and I go out to look for your home, I can say, Mr. Seller, my client is ready. Mrs. Seller, my client is ready. They have been fully underwritten and they're ready to go. So now let's talk about what's going to happen when we start to go out looking at homes. It's going to go quick. I am going to show you a lot of homes. I'm going to show you anywhere from 5 to 7 to 9 homes in one day, because getting appointments is gold these days. It's golden. Getting our offers accepted is even more golden. This is what I want to talk to you about. When we make an offer, we want to put our best foot forward. Gone are the days of offering less than the listing price. It's definitely a seller's market. What's helping the buyers is the interest rates are still remaining fairly low. So that's allowing you to buy more house with less money. But don't be fooled. You're going to need some type of money these days. And let me tell you why. Here's a situation that I am seeing over and over and over. When you make an offer on a home, you may receive a counteroffer. A counteroffer is a note from the seller that says, I like this part of your offer. However, I want to make some changes. And these are the changes that I want to make. The number one change that I am seeing is sellers are asking the buyers to waive the appraisal contingency and or waive the loan contingency. Now, those are two important things that I want to talk to you about right here, right now. Let's talk about the easier one first, the one that you may already have an understanding of, the loan contingency. Removing the loan contingency, if you have done what I previously said, which was you're fully 100% underwritten by a desktop underwriter, that means a physical person has taken your documents, they have reviewed them, they have looked them over, and they know that you are 100% qualified and you can purchase that home. That's what a desktop underwriting is. That's what it means. So if that is the case, and your lender, I am, and you are 100% secure, perfect. We can waive that loan contingency. Check. Sellers like that. They're not worried if you're not going to qualify for the loan, you can buy the house. The second thing sellers are asking the buyers to waive is the appraisal contingency. Now, let me tell you what that means. It doesn't mean that you cannot have an appraisal. That's not what it means. What it does mean is, I'll give you an example. You're looking to purchase a home, and the home is listed at $600,000. You really like this house and you want to win the bid. So you go and decide, and we discuss it, and you confer with your family, whoever's involved in this decision-making process. And we all come together and we say that you're going to offer $675,000 on this home. Now that is a $75,000 difference. Listed at 600, you're offering 675. Here is the appraisal contingency. You still get to have the appraisal. The question becomes, will this home appraise at 675, what you offered? Will it appraise at 600, or will it appraise somewhere in the middle? The middle portion is the deciding and challenging part. Let's say your home is appraised at 650. You offered 675. So there's a $25,000 difference. The appraisal contingency, when you waive that appraisal contingency, you are telling the seller, if the home does not appraise at 675 and it appraises at 650, I will pay the difference. No problem, Mr. Seller. I have an extra $25,000 that I can use to bridge the appraisal gap, bridge the gap, and I will pay the difference because I really like this house. Now, that could be a good thing. That could also be not a good thing. The good thing is you win the bid, you pay the difference, which is the $25,000. To your advantage, this will work if you have a very large down payment. Let's say you're putting down $120,000, you're putting 20% down, and you say, I'll pay the difference. So one option is you can reduce your down payment by that $25,000. Now you have the $25,000 to pay the difference. When you reduce your down payment, that's going to increase your loan, your mortgage payments just a little bit. It may not be that much, and you may be okay with that. At the moment, what it does do is now you are paying a little bit more for the house than what it appraised at. Now, that's a decision that you have to make, and you have to be okay with that. I could not tell you, oh my goodness, yes, you should absolutely do this, because I don't know your financial situation other than what you've given us, other than what you have given to the lender. So when it's time to waive those appraisal contingencies and or waive the loan and contingency, You need to be really certain that you clearly understand what is happening. You need to take the emotion out of buying the house, because if you have been with me and you're my client and we're out looking for properties, chances are we have looked at quite a few properties. We've written several offers. I have one of my agents on my team. They have written with their clients going out to look. They've written over 18 offers, and they've been strong offers. However, in this market, they're getting beat by cash buyers, by people who are willing to waive the appraisal and loan contingency, and people who are willing to just bid that extra $75,000 to $100,000. The market is crazy right now. I want you to take time to do your due diligence. I want you to take time to reach out and let's have a conversation on what is the best strategy for you to purchase a home in today's market. If you're a first-time buyer, if you're a buyer that's looking to buy their second home or maybe even their third home or income property, we need to sit down and have that conversation, because it's super important, super competitive right now. I wanted to take a few minutes to really just talk to you about this appraisal contingency and letting you know, what does this mean? Are you prepared to come up with the difference? Like I said, either by reducing your down payment or physically bringing in that extra 25, 30, 50. I remember last year I had some clients and we decided to waive the appraisal contingency. We were very much confident, based on the comps and what's selling in the area, that when the appraiser appraised this home, it would appraise for our offered price. The listed price was $749 and our offered price was $830,000. This was a fully remodeled house. It was simply gorgeous. We found some comps, we felt confident, we went all in and we went for it. It took probably about 5 days for the appraisal to come out, do the appraisal, and maybe 2 days for him to get the report back to the lender. So for 7 days, I'm gonna tell you, I didn't sleep, because all I'm thinking in my mind is like, oh dear God, that's an $80,000 difference. Is it going to be all right? I was confident in my decision. I was confident in the comps, but there's always that what if, because an appraisal is the opinion of a person on a given day, and it can change just like that. Luckily for us and a lot of praying, we were okay. The house appraised at the 830. The buyers were simply amazed and happy. They got their dream home and they're living happily ever after. So it's a 50-50 chance that you take when you waive this appraisal contingency. I just want you to be fully clear on the pros. The pros, number one, you get the house, you win the bid. The cons is you may be required to pay the difference, either by reducing your loan amount. If you've put in a large deposit, down payment for your loan, you reduce it, you still have money. Or if you've put in, let's say you're an FHA buyer or a buyer type like that, or a VA buyer, you may not have a large down payment and you will be required to bring that, in my example, that $25,000 difference, bring it to escrow. So think long and hard. Another thing is, do not make an offer that you do not expect to pay. If you bid $675,000 on a house, you are telling me, you're telling the other agent, and you're telling the seller, this is what I'm willing to pay for this house. So if the house comes back at $675,000, it appraised at that number, you cannot say, oh, I was hoping it would come back lower so I can get the house for cheaper. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. 99.9% of the time, if you bid on a house for whatever the number is, whatever the dollar value is, the appraisal will come back at that price. So be ready, be prepared, and be ready to take action and continue with your escrow. I hope you have found this information helpful. I really wanted to take the time to talk to you about waiving the appraisal contingency. If you have questions and if you want to know more, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is right here. Also, you may reach out to me on any of my social media channels, and you may also call me or text me directly. My number is 310-713-8459. If you're watching me on Facebook, send me a message, comment under the video. If you're watching me on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. If you're watching me on LinkedIn or Twitter or Instagram or any of those other platforms, please DM me. I'd love to have a conversation and talk to you. So I'm looking forward to talking to you next time. I want you to have a really great day. If you know anybody that's looking to buy or sell, please refer them to me. I love referrals. Giving a referral is the best way of me letting you know I appreciate the referral that you gave me, and I will take extremely great care of your friends and your family. So from me to you, until next week, have a great evening.